Hello everybody, this is Captain Jerwa bringing you another Pokemon Showdown battle today. This one is going to be a little different than the other ones because this is the first one with the new Showdown skin I have installed, and in my opinion it looks very good, so please let me know what you think about this. Anyway though, this match was a UU match I had, and it was actually a pretty hyper offensive match, which I normally don't get in UU, but anyway, my opponent's got a pretty hyper offensive team. I've got kind of my balanced team with like four offensive things and then a defensive core. Anyway, he leads off with Crustle. Just like all hyper offensive teams, he just wants to get up as many hazards as possible before he goes down, and I just let off with a Zoom Rail just so I could bring him down to a sturdy like I do here, and he's going to switch out here. Just because if I was like the sub punch set, then I could have just Aqua Jetted him and he would not have gotten his spikes. Now he switches into Whimsicott though. I am going to switch into my Clefable, just thinking my Leech Seed, but he Stun Spores, and that is a very inaccurate move, so it's going to miss. And here I wanted to get my Stealth Rocks up just because he has three things weak to them, and I really wanted to kill this Crustle before he could get more hazards up, but he expects that and sends it right in, and because of that, he can just get another layer of spikes up, which I did not want him to get, but he predicted my Stealth Rocks very nicely. But now since he sees I have Shadow Ball, and I carry that for ghost types, but he sees I have Shadow Ball, so he can bring in his Honchcrone. This thing's the biggest threat. I just want to recoil stall it a little bit, so I actually stand with Clefable, which takes the Brave Bird, surprisingly, and I can get a nice soft build up, which is good because now this thing is very low because Clefable's high HP. And now I'm just going to stack my Zoomer. I did not want anything else on my team taking this huge hit. Like Dusclops and Raikou could have taken it, but they would have been wrecked, honestly. So yeah, he dies to recoil now because Azumarill also has a very nice HP stat. Now I bring in my Banded Flygon, he brings in Whimsicott. I knew he was going to go for Stun Spore, but I was like, I just want to kill this thing. Whimsicott is like the bane of my existence a lot of the time, so I just wanted to kill that. And it doesn't really matter since my Flygon is Choice Banded as opposed to Choice Scarf that's paralyzed, so yeah. Anyway, bring in my Yanmega, I protect just so I can outspeed this Tornadus, but he has Tailwind, which is actually pretty cool because his strategy, as you can see there, is he wants to set up a Tailwind so he can bring in his Nidoking and his Medicham, which are very threatening when they are extremely fast and can switch moves, so yes. Anyway, bring in Raikou, I predict his switch to Nidoking, go for the Extra Sensory, which is going to just OHKO that thing straight up. But yeah, now he can bring in his Medicham though, and it's very appropriately named Anti-Medicham because this thing is extremely powerful especially when under the Tailwind, and he told me this was Adamant Life Orb, so yeah. Now I bring in my Dusclops on it. Since his Tailwind is petered out, I know I can take a hit here, so he's going to switch out into his Tornadus, and I just go for the Will-O-Wisp. I just wanted to get a burn on either one of his Pokemon, you know. Burn's pretty nice, get some nice residual damage. This is actually a Rest Sleep Talk Max Defense Dusclops with Nightshade and Will-O-Wisp. It's a very good set. But I don't want it to take too much damage because it has to take a hit from Medicham, because when it comes back in, it is going to be at 50% health, and basically I have to live that hit and then like proceed to rest and stall at his Tailwind. So his Tailwind is up now. He can just OHKO my Clefable. That crit did not matter, I'm pretty certain. And now Dusclops has to live this hit. This is an Adamant Life Orb Psycho Cut, and it does 28%. Dusclops, you are way too bulky. Like, this thing, when I made it, I was like, yeah, ghost types are a pretty nice partner for Clefable. And this thing is a far bigger dick than I could have ever imagined. It is so bulky. But yeah, that turned the Tailwind petered out, so that's basically the game. Even though he crit me twice in a row, which Psycho Cut actually has a high crit ratio, I can just bring in my Raikou and KO him with the Specs Thunderbolt. So that was a very good match. If he had if his Tailwind had lasted any longer, then I would have just gotten swept, but it did not. So yes, that was this battle. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle and hope you enjoyed the skin. Definitely leave comments about that. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.